All right, hello and welcome to This Is How Sugar Sounds. I am your host, Sabrina, and I have my wonderful roommate here.
Hi, I'm Katie Cordato.
And today we're going to be talking about our experience so far living together. It has been crazy and and fun and all the emotions that I never thought. I don't know. It's been a lot. Right now we are currently in self quarantine, though we're not sick. We are just trying to protect ourselves and protect those around us. So we are cooped up in my mom's apartment for the last 2 weeks. It's pretty crazy what's going on right now. It's beyond understanding, but we wanted to use this to not talk about what's going on and to just kind of take away from the craziness. I think people need that right now. I need that. I kind of wanted to use this as my own form of like escape to just kind of remember the good times and the next good times. So yeah, how do you feel about everything?
This has to be like the longest we've been
Like in one room
one room for like every second
of the day. Yeah.
Of the day. Yeah.
I think we're doing pretty well though.
We are.
I mean, I know when I need personal time, so I just kind of put my headphones on and lay down. We're pretty good about like balancing each other. Like we don't like overwhelm. I don't never felt overwhelmed by you, so I don't know. It's really crazy because I can't spend that much time with people.
Yeah, me neither.
We're used to having a wall between us. Now we have a couch between our beds. Yeah, it's intense for sure, but I think that like I don't know, it's a sense of like we have to survive, so we have no other choice. Like we're gonna get through this, but let's not go in any further to that road. So let's talk about our first impressions of each other.
Okay.
So I'll start. I was the first one at the apartment. I was really nervous to meet you for sure, but so I had a previous roommate experience. I transferred from a different university, and I'm not going to say that it was bad. It wasn't bad necessarily. It was just uncomfortable for me. I had never been in a situation like that before, and I had never felt so out of place with people before. And I'm, for the most part, like I can get along with anybody. Certainly, there's people I don't like, and people's energies will just kind of like rub me the wrong way. So I definitely had a hard time at the previous university. So I was really nervous going into this new experience because it was an apartment. The only hope that I had was that I had my own room. So if we didn't like each other, at least we could stay in our own rooms. And we wouldn't have to see each other. Imagine. Anyway, so I was super nervous. Like this whole, I was super nervous. And so I'm waiting at our table, our kitchen table, and she walks in, and immediately I was like, oh shit, like, she's Asian. Oh no, like, not that.
Not to be racist or anything, but Asian people.
I think I was worried because all the Asian friends that I've had in my life are super cliquey, so they always stay within their, like, Asian, like, community. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but I was just like, great, like, we're not gonna get along, like, we're never gonna assimilate to each other because she's gonna find a group. And, you know, I was just already, like, it was already negative for me. I was already being negative, it was horrible. But she was really nice, and yeah, that was, like, my first impression. I was just super nervous. I thought you were really nice. I thought that you looked different. Like, you didn't look like you were fully Asian. Like, I knew you were mixed. I figured you were white and Asian. Obviously, that's not the case. And I'm sure I was just, like, a white girl, but whatever. So, what's your first impression?
Alright, so, before we met, I was supposed to be roommates with this girl who, she was nice. I met her before we transfer to college or university, and it was going to be my first time to be like independent with a roommate and stuff like that. And then, like, I want to say it was like before the month that we were going to move in, she texted me and she said that I'm actually gonna go to a different school. And I was like, okay. Yeah. So I had no idea who my new roommate was gonna be until I walked into the door.
And there she was.
Sabrina was sitting there filling stuff out. Her boyfriend was in her room, like moving her in. And I looked at her and I was like, hi.
I'm Katie.
I'm Katie. But in my head, I was like, oh, she's white. Me growing up with like an Asian mom and like a Salvadoran dad, it was like I've never like been friends with white people. I grew up.
Neither have I.
I grew up around like the Asian people, Asian culture,
Yeah.
and so meeting like someone who looked white was like out of my comfort zone.
As beautiful as me, I think it was just the beauty that caught you up.
Yeah, but I didn't know she was mixed.
Yeah. Nobody knows.
Until she started speaking in Spanish. I was like, oh, she's a white girl who knows Spanish.
Yeah, that's another thing too.
But I think my friend who came to move me in, she was like, oh, I think she's Mexican. Yeah. So, but that was my first impression. She's white. What am I going to do? Like, I'm not used to being friends with white people. But
it wasn't even that I wasn't used to being friends with Asians. It was like, they're super cliquey. That's what made me really nervous. Like, my fear was like, we were never going to become good friends. Because I was like, there is no breaking, like, in like, Asian friend bonds. They're intense.
But, you know, like, when we went to have dinner together, it was like, okay, she's not bad. You know?
Well, it took us like 3 days until we had dinner because we were doing our own thing.
Yeah, we didn't stay in the apartment.
Yeah, the first 3 days.
No.
And then we had dinner, and it was awkward, of course, but we just kind of started talking, and slowly, like, our friendship grew. And then what really grew our friendship was all the crazy shit that kept happening. Mostly to me. Mostly to me. So yeah, we're gonna start talking about some of the stories that have happened living together. And I think this is like a very almost unnormal situation because I hear a lot of people who hate their roommates. They've never even talked to their roommates. Whereas we've become best friends. And now living through quarantine, basically, like literally coming to you live from our self-quarantine, I never ever would have thought that this would have happened a year ago. Anyway, so one of the first things, so we would have to go food shopping. We spent a lot of money on food. That's probably our number one, is buying food. But we wouldn't separate our carts. So we would go into whatever store it was, and we had to have the same cart. Like, we would be like, okay, my stuff's in front, your stuff's in the back.
We separated with, like, a bag in the middle.
Yeah, and then we'd have to, like, explain, like, this is her stuff, that's my stuff. We're paying
like,
separately.
You stay there, you tell them what.
Yeah, and separate and make sure you're watching. It was such, until we were like, why don't we just get different carts?
But then, like, sometimes I'd pay for your stuff because it popped into my bag.
Exactly. We were having such an issue with, like, and I was like, okay, I think it's time to separate, but we still do it. Everywhere we go, like, we can't, like, separate. It's ridiculous. And then, so, on with the groceries issues. So, Katie had bought the cereal, and it was a Neapolitan cereal, and it looked really good. So I was, like, really excited, and I asked her, like, oh, how was it? And she's like, oh, it was okay.
It's not bad.
Oh, yeah. It's not bad. So I, the dramatic one, took it as, it's amazing. Like, I'm so excited to try it. So I go to the store, I pick it up, and I have it in my hands, and this girl comes up to me, and she's like, oh my God, is that cereal good? I'm like, yeah, my roommate says she loves it. And she's like, oh my God, okay, I'm going to grab a box. So she grabs a box. I have a box. And I get home and Katie looks at me and she's like, oh, did you get that cereal? And I'm like, yeah, like you said it was good. And you're like, she doesn't really say anything.
No, I look at her and I'm like, well, you have to try it.
Good luck.
Yeah.
So then I pour myself a bowl. I'm so excited. I just told this girl it's amazing. I'm convinced that it's amazing. I have it, and then it was disgusting. It tasted like a bowl of sweet beans.
It's made out of beans.
It was awful. And then it started this thing of like, then I realized like Katie's not very undramatic and I'm overly dramatic. So it was like this like learning curve of like, okay, it probably means that it's not good if she says like, it wasn't bad or like it wasn't whatever it is. So I had
we have to learn each other's language.
I think I'm clear though. Like if something's amazing, like something's amazing, like it's to die for. I'm really dramatic.
That's true.
Yes, that was definitely a learning curve of learning Katie language. And what you mean when you say things. I have to be very
It's okay.
It's okay. Or like it's not bad or yeah.
It's not bad.
Alright, so what is next? Okay. And then our friendship, continues and we would kind of like update each other on like what would happen throughout the day. And one day, Katie comes home and tells me that she was bullied online.
Yeah.
Your story.
Okay, well, I walked into her room and I was like, Sabrina, someone made fun of me and I have evidence. Okay.
First of all, I was like, what the hell? I'm about to kill somebody. And second of all, I was really upset.
Alright, well, here's the story. Alright, so at our school, we have like these companies or whatever events that come to our school, and basically you can get free stuff if you just do whatever they want you to do. And so Nintendo came, and in order to get our free stuff, we had to play like, I want to say 13 games. That's a lot of games. 13 games, and yeah, we get like a fanny pack, and also they gave me free stickers, which was cool. But so there's this game my friend and I were playing. It was Just Dance, so we're just dancing. And the next day we look at our Snapchat. We like to look at the map to watch this this kid. This kid, he posts like every day, and he's interesting.
Oh
so
my God,
that's
I
why
think we should actually check on him. Anyway.
we'll check on him. But yeah, so my friend was looking through, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Kate, is that us dancing?" And so I look at it, and it is my friend and I. We were dancing, and this guy was like,
those bitches don't know how to dance.
I would take your bitch, but she don't know how to woo. Bro, for real, what the fuck are they doing? That's why.
Don't take the bitches. They don't know how. They just don't know how. That's not even how you dance.
It's like you trying to play baseball. What the fuck are you doing? Just don't know how to
I don't
woo.
know what he was trying to say.
But he was making
It
fun
was,
of them.
yeah, he was making fun of us. He was like, "Oh, what are they doing? Are they playing baseball? What?" It was really stupid. But yeah, it hurts because we didn't know that was going on while we were playing. We were just having fun. Little did we know someone was recording us and talking crap about us. So my friend got really butthurt, and I think she reported it. I think she reported him. But it was also funny
because Katie got cyberbullied. It was like awful because I was like, this guy's an asshole, but also like it's so great because like, this is a forever memory of, like, Katie getting cyberbullied for the first time. I've never experienced anything like that. Thank God your face isn't in it, because I would have been pissed off at that point. But it was funny because he was just like, those bitches, and he was like dancing like in the video. Oh my God, it was too much, but it was so hilarious. Okay, next story. So then it's like Christmas time, and I got invited to a Christmas party, and it was gonna be catered. So I was like, dude, come on, let's go. Free food. It's a really nice house. And so we go, and the chefs or whatever, they made these this potato, roasted potato dish. And there was like these little baby potatoes, and there was these purple ones, or purple potatoes, but we didn't know that at the time. In the lighting, they looked like olives that were mixed in with the potatoes. So I don't like olives.
I hate olives.
Exactly. So we both didn't eat this one purple potato that we each picked up. And again, we had no idea that it was a potato nonetheless. So we just left it on our plates. And so the chef is like going around, ridiculous. I know, it sounds ridiculous. Like, the chef is like, anyway. The chef was like going around picking up people's plates. And she picks up our plates, and she looks down, and she goes, both of you left a purple potato. And we just kind of like look at her, and I'm like, what? And she shoves it in my face. She goes, they're really good. Here, eat it. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my God. And she just like stared at me. And so I got forced to eat the purple potato. And I was like in so much like disbelief. And I was like, this lady just forced me to eat this fucking potato. And it wasn't bad. But I was just like, what the hell? Like, what the hell? Who does she think she is? She's not my mom. Like, I'm a grown woman, like, being forced to eat a purple potato.
I didn't eat it.
Katie didn't eat it. She looked at me shocked. She was just like, is she seriously being forced? It was crazy. The chef was crazy. And then, so we started the I Hate Purple Potatoes Club. Because no one should be forced to eat purple potatoes if they don't want them, okay? Even, they look like olives, okay? You shouldn't be mixing them in with shit. So that was like the thing of the night, or the thing of our lives. We hate purple potatoes because we got forced by somebody who we didn't know. Yikes. Okay. And then Katie came down to where I'm from for the first time. We go to my grandma's house. And my grandma has a lot of fruit trees, so my grandma forced us to pick as many fruits as we could, and we brought them back to our apartment, and we literally had fruit overflowing in every area of our apartment. Like, there was fruits coming out of the sink, coming out of our baskets. We had to pull all these bowls just to fit all the fruit, to wash all the fruit. I was making jam. I made juice. We were having fruit every single day.
We didn't even have space to eat on our table.
Yeah, our table was filled. It was nuts. We gave away to our neighbors. I mean, it was a good thing. Like, we gave it away to people, but it was a lot of citrus fruits. A lot. That was crazy. So, okay. And then our friendship just kind of like started obviously growing. Like, we would talk to each other, we would cry together. And one thing that we bonded over was getting snacks all the time. So we would go to the snack store, but we were never, ever prepared. Because we were convinced that we were going to go there and just get the one snack that we went there for. Never did we come out with more than one snack. Never. And then I ran out of money. And Katie started buying me stuff. And, oh my God. Katie just started buying me everything. And our house is now being overrun with bags.
Yep.
We have bags coming out of everywhere. We have bags sitting everywhere. It's a bit ridiculous how many bags we have in the house. So yeah, so this is just the base. Okay, then all the crazy shit starts happening to me. Well, it was late one night, and we had like a study group for our honors group. Not to flex, but And we're walking, and there's like this big grass area when you're walking down to campus. And I, for whatever reason, I truly and honestly cannot explain it. I thought I was gonna fall. I think I'm gonna fall.
Thought she was gonna fall.
I really did. Like, I felt it. I was like, dude, I'm gonna fall right now. Like, I don't know what it is, but something's coming. So I put my hands out, and Katie just kind of like is like, what the fuck? She just kind of, I don't even know what you're thinking. I know you saw my hands out, right?
No, I did not see your hands out. I think I was walking like a few steps ahead of you. That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I
okay.
see.
So I had my hands out. My body just like put its hands out on its own, and then like a few seconds later, I fall down.
Yeah, and I was like, Sabrina!
I got yelled at too.
And then I realized I yelled at her, and I was like, are you okay?
And I was like, why did you yell at me as I'm like laying in the grass? It wasn't like a hard fall, but I just kind of like, I'm gonna say gracefully, because I don't know how I really look,
I don't know either.
but I just kind of like collapsed into the earth.
I feel like something is like moved.
And then
Fall down in like the corner of my eye.
And I have my hands out, and they didn't even come in handy because I kind of like fell to my side, so there was no use for my hands to go out. But like I knew I was gonna fall. It's so weird. Like I had this like really deep like premonition, like I'm about to fall right now, so I'm gonna be prepared in case I fall face first. What happened next? I fell in the grass. Oh,
the lady.
So it was literally the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the next day. So I had a bottle of sparkling water in my backpack, and you know, I don't realize that I'm bouncing around all day, but I was, and you know, the bottle got shaken up. So I went to go open it because I'm like, oh, I'm about to have this, you know, sparkling water that I forgot was in my bag. And I start to open it, and I start to twist it off, and then it just, like, it literally begins to explode. Like, it explodes like a volcano everywhere. And this lady's walking by, and she sees it happening, and she, first of all, is nowhere near the explosion, but she gets even further away, and then her legs...
Jumping around.
Her legs were so weird. Like, I swear one, like, did, like, a little, like, I don't know what it's called, like a corrido kick, when, like, their leg, like, circles in the back. She did that with both her legs. It was crazy. And I'm like, what is she doing? And she just, like, and then she ran away. And I was like, oh, what the hell?
She's like, whoa. And she's gone.
And then she was gone. And then I think the next morning after that, it was, I caught the guy. I didn't catch him. But I was walking to class, and he was, like, smoking in the trees. Like, he was in the trees smoking before class. And I was like, what is happening? Like, what is going on with this week? There was that. Oh, and then, well, I don't know what point this, well, it was a couple weeks ago, but Katie got me into K-drama. Which was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy. So I had finished this Korean drama in like 5 days.
And she would not stop talking about it. And I was just like, okay.
If you really want to watch it, it's called Crash Landing on You.
If you don't want to sponsor us now.
Netflix. But yeah, it's like, it's about this like South Korean girl. She like accidentally paraglides into North Korea, and she just tries to like stay undercover, like with the help of this North Korean soldier, and they like fall in love, and like he's trying to get her back to South Korea, and just stuff happens. So it's like, it was my favorite Korean drama during that time, because I loved the way she was doing tricks as she was paragliding. And yeah, so Sabrina came home late. You came home late, right?
Yeah.
And you were looking at like Netflix, and I was like, you need to watch Crash Landing on You. And she's like, okay. She starts, we're watching, and I'm like, I don't know if she likes this drama, but we're gonna...
No, you know what happened? You were like, I was looking for a show,
Yeah.
And you're like, we should just watch the first episode. And I was like, okay. But I was like, whatever, like, I'm up to it. And I hooked immediately. I've never been into, like, dramas like that at all. Like, that's not my vibe. That's not the shows I watch. It is my favorite show. It's like The Office, and then it's Crash Landing on You. Like, it is the best experience. I finished it in a week. Like, I cried. I laughed. It was suspenseful. Like, it was so good. I was so shocked. Now I'm like, I'm super into it. And we've been making a lot of Korean food. We've been eating a lot of Korean food since then.
We love kimchi. We love
Vegan kimchi. Ooh.
Yeah, we buy vegan kimchi.
I've been making a lot of like Asian recipes from that show though, because they would eat a lot and it looked so good. And I love
every Korean drama though. They eat a
I've
lot.
never seen that much food in a show. It was so good. That show was amazing, and it like totally changed my life. I'm a K-drama fan.
Yeah, she can tell the difference between Korean language and like Chinese.
Japanese.
Yeah.
I think that was the one thing I can hear. I know when people are speaking Korean now, I can almost pick up on the words, and Katie was like teaching me how to like read in Korean, which is really cool. Even though Katie's Chinese and she speaks Cantonese, but homegirl knows Korean.
All those years, ever since middle school, all those years.
And now I understand the whole K-pop thing. I don't like the music necessarily, but I think the Korean culture is dope. Street culture, Asian street culture, and Asian fashion is dope. It is like leading the world. Oh my god, when we watched the fashion show, what was it called? Next in Fashion. And I want to say Mei Mei.
Is it Minju?
Yeah, Minju.
Oh, Minju.
Minju won, and like her Frida Kahlo inspired. Oh, what?
I was like, don't spoil it.
Oh, it was amazing. That show was amazing. But like, I think like Asian street culture is dope. Like, I think it's super cool. I don't think I ever appreciated it until I watched Crash Landing on You. So I was like a totally like expanding experience in my life. It was cool. I think I'm really thankful for that. Because I was always so focused on like me and mine. But yeah, now I'm a K-drama fan. And I understand K-pop, even though music's alright. What else?
I feel like you have introduced me to so much like vegan food.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, I've always thought like vegan food was like, ew, until you were making vegan food and you gave me some and I tried it and I was like, what the heck is going on? Is this even vegan food? But when we went to that farmer's market and they had that mac and cheese, it's vegan, it was
that was
the
bomb.
best mac and cheese I've ever had.
Like from real dairy and fake dairy, like that is the best mac and cheese I've ever had in my life. Yeah. And I've had a lot of mac and cheese, okay? Yeah, you know what's crazy? I actually was still eating meat when I met you.
Mm-hmm.
Like our first couple weeks, I went vegetarian while we were living in the apartment. I went vegetarian, and then I think it's been like it's been 7 or 8 weeks now that I've been vegan. And I don't like tofu, and I have a lot of like texture issues. So, I mean, if I make food, it's gonna be bomb. Like, I can't not eat good food, and I don't like funky. There's a lot of funky vegan food for sure. Like, I don't like the fake meats. There's a lot of stuff that I don't like, so I've really had to learn how to cook my own way to survive. But it's been really fun. I can't believe I was eating meat when I met you. It's been a long journey of us. It's been, 6 months? Yes, or 7.
Oh.
Since we lived together. March. Yeah, it's been 6 months. That's crazy. My eating habits have changed so much over the last 6 months. It's so crazy to me. Which I'm definitely gonna do like a whole video, like a whole podcast episode dedicated to like my vegan diet, I guess, and like the food that I eat and how I changed all that over the last 6 months. It's pretty crazy. I literally was eating meat, cheese, everything, like, and then I just stopped. So yeah, it's been intense, but I think it's been a really beautiful experience. And it's really funny, like, being vegan right now, like, in our self-quarantine. It's been a challenge to be creative and to not get bored of your food, and to use all my resources. So I think it's been, like, a really good challenge.
Right. I think that you're doing a good job at it, though. It's like, I've never had this. Actually, it's, like, something I've had, but then there's also, like, a new flavor to it, but it's, like, also good, too. So, like...
They don't call me Chef Savvy for nothing. Just kidding, I gave myself that name. Yeah, but I definitely, this is going to be something I expand on later on in the podcast episodes. It's going to be a whole thing, like, talking about it. And I eventually would, like, love to do, like almost, I guess, like a cooking channel, I guess, or, like, so, or even just, like, an Instagram page dedicated to the food I eat, because I'm a broke-ass college kid, and I love to eat. Like, I'm not going to compromise my food just because I'm living a vegan diet. I think that you can do it really well, and I think that it's way easier than a lot of people think, and like you said, like, people get grossed out by it. I was grossed out by a lot of things, and I still don't love everything, but I don't love everything that's meat or everything that's dairy, too, so it's, like, give and take. But yeah, it's going to be something I'm going to expand, and I'm really excited for that, actually, because I have done so much research, so many projects on it, so that's definitely coming in the next few episodes. But I guess we should finish off with what we've said so far. Any last comments?
I'm just glad that you became my roommate. And we definitely made a lot of, like, happy memories and learned a lot together and just surviving together.
Literally surviving together. This has been one of the best experiences of my life, honestly. Like, I had no hopes of getting a best friend out of this or even gaining another person in my life. Like, I think I came into school with, like, a lot of, I don't know, a lot happened in my life before I went into the school I'm in now, and I lost a lot of friends. There's a lot of people I don't talk to anymore. A couple, like, really important people, like, left my life, and you know what? It's so worth it because I see the plan now, and I see, like, none of this would be possible. Like, my dreams wouldn't be coming to fruition, and if nothing comes of this, if I only expect greatness, honestly. Like, I'm not gonna keep saying, oh, if nobody watches, like, I just think that it's so perfect the way that things work out, and I'm so thankful to have her in my life. Like, I talk about you so highly to everybody. I'm always like, Katie's my best friend. Like, Katie truly has become one of the closest people in my life, and it's been the greatest experience being at the university that we're at. Like, it has been the greatest experience I've ever had. I'm having so much fun.
Me too.
I think our apartment is so cute. We've really worked hard. It's so sad not being there. Like, it's hard to be away from it, and we have no privacy at all. And it's okay, though. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this with anybody else, and I'm so happy that I'm not alone. Like, it feels good to, like, not be by yourself in this, and I feel my heart goes out to everybody who doesn't have that. But just in the thankfulness part of everything, like, it's been the greatest couple months, and I could not have asked for a better roommate. And I cannot wait to share more crazy stories, because they're only coming, and I can't even remember half of them. Like, so much has happened these last 6 months. It's been crazy, but it's been a lot of fun, and I think that We're out here thriving. We're out here being honor students. We're having a lot of fun, eating a lot of good food, and I think that's all you can ask for. So thank you for listening. This is How Sugar Sounds. And don't forget, sugar and salt look the same.